Hatebreed is a metalcore band from Connecticut founded in 1994. Their sound blends crossover thrash with hardcore punk. The band was part of the mid-1990s metallic hardcore scene along with other bands like Earth Crisis, All Out War, Integrity and Converge. The band's frontman Jamey Jasta refers to the band's style as Celtic Frost hardcore. History: Hatebreed was formed in 1994 in Bridgeport and New Haven. They began by recording a 3-song demo and selling it to locals. Those 3 songs would eventually be released on a split 7-inch with New York's Neglect in 1995. They followed that up with the highly acclaimed EP Under the Knife scheduled to come out on Big Wheel Recreation in 1995 but then was self-released 1996, and went out on tour around the East Coast Midwest with the UKHC band Vores. The following year they released Satisfaction is the Death of Desire on Victory Records, then the home of some of the biggest bands in American hardcore. Satisfaction sold more copies than any other debut in the history of the record company. Tours with national metal bands such as Slayer, Deftones, Entombed and Napalm Death influenced their music and brought them to the attention of many non-hardcore fans. These influences were apparent on the band's next 2 releases, 2002's Perseverance, and especially 2003's The Rise of Brutality. After the release of The Rise of Brutality, the band took part in the 2004 Unholy Alliance tour in Europe with Slayer, Slipknot and Mastodon. In June 2006, Hatebreed went on an extensive European tour which included a performance at the Download Festival in Donington, UK. Immediately following this European tour, they played the main stage at UZIS 2006 alongside Dragon Force, Lacuna Coil, Avenged Sevenfold, Disturbed, and co-headliners System of a Down. The band's 4th album, Supremacy, was released in August 2006, their first through Roadrunner Records, featuring new guitarist Frank Novink. Jasta described it as an all-out onslaught of completely adrenaline-charged, in-your-face brutality. On September 13, 2006, former guitarist Lou Boulder Richards committed suicide at the age of 35. He had played on 1997's Satisfaction is the Death of Desire and left the band in 2002. Hatebreed headlined the 2nd stage on the 2007 UZIS tour. Hatebreed appeared at Wacken Open Air Festival in 2008 alongside Iron Maiden, Children of Bodom, and Avantasia. In April 2008, Hatebreed signed a worldwide deal with Koch Records for the release of their live DVD, a live album, and a cover album entitled For the Lions, which was released on May 5. On September 2, they released their concert DVD, entitled Live Dominance. Artists covered included Metallica, DRI, Crowbar, and the Cro-Mags. On February 9, 2009, guitarist Sean Martin quit the band. Sean quit the band to pursue other interests in music that are more studio-related. However, Sean remains close to and in contact with Hatebreed members. Hatebreed's 5th studio album, entitled Hatebreed, was released September 29, 2009. In May 2009, the band also released For the Lions, a record consisting of covers of songs by artists that have influenced the band's development. In 2010, Hatebreed participated in the 3rd annual Mayhem Festival, alongside 3 Inches of Blood, Shadows Fall, and other bands. On February 17, 2011, it was announced that Hatebreed would partake in the 4th annual Mayhem Festival to yet again headline the Jar Currency Jamey stage for 3 dates only. Their 6th studio album, The Divinity of Purpose, was released on January 25, 2013 in Europe and on January 29 in North America. The cover art was done by Lirim Kantor. Grammy nomination: in December 2004 it was announced that Hatebreed was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Metal Performance at the 47th Grammy Awards in Los Angeles for their song Live for This, which appeared on their album The Rise of Brutality. The award was ultimately given to Motor Paragraph Red for their cover of the Metallica song Whiplash, which appeared on the Metallic Attack, the Ultimate Tribute album. Controversy: in a CNN article published on August 8, 2012, Hatebreed was accused of being a white power band in the aftermath of the Wisconsin Sikh temple shooting, perpetrated by a white supremacist musician. The band disavowed any racist sentiments and expressed deep disappointment in the U.S. cable news channel on Twitter. CNN later became aware of the error, removed Hatebreed's name from the piece and apologized for the mistake. Hatebreed is a longtime sponsor of UFC fighter Chris Camozzi. At UFC 158 in Montreal on March 16, 2013, Camozzi claimed he was required by the UFC for some reason to cover Hatebreed's logos on his t-shirt and ring introduction banner, with black tape. Influences: the band's influences include Metallica, Pantera, Slayer, Madball, Sub-Zero, Agnostic Front, Napalm Death, Overkill, Cro-Mags, Misfits, Suicidal Tendencies, Black Flag, Sepultura, Celtic Frost, Sick of It All, Merciful Fate, Biohazard, Entombed and Motor Paragraph Red. Members, Timeline. Discography. Satisfaction is the Death of Desire, Perseverance, The Rise of Brutality, Supremacy, Hatebreed, The Divinity of Purpose, References, Footnotes. Further reading. External links, Official website, MySpace, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, VEVO, Jamey Jasta interview, Sean Martin's 2004 Hatebreed guitar rig.